Okay, here's a little bit about aligning, centering, indenting, and color swatches. So basically, open up this calendar and you see this text is not centered. So easiest way to center is to stretch the text box to the edge, stretch the text box to the edge, and now it's centered. And then if you lower it, you can actually also center it vertically, which is right click on text frame options. On the bottom, align bottom and align center. Now center, sometimes it's not centered because there's extra paragraph space, so you go like that, and that looks good. Now you want to color it to match up with the calendar. First of all, you see this is on a 13.5 angle. I'm going to make it on a 13 angle, so it's a little bit more correct. And now I want to change this to match this color. So sometimes you can try to click on the eyedropper here, and you can go to the color theme tool. That will grab the colors from the calendar. If the colors look accurate, these two look pretty accurate, you can add that to your swatches. Now you come in swatches and you'll see there's a color theme of the swatches. If you don't have what you want, you can click over here, this arrow, and it can give you more options. Now that I have this calendar called colors, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click this whole story. I'm going to make the text the darker red, and then maybe celebrating Jewish life and learning, maybe that one I'll do a little bit lighter. In this case, there's no option. It doesn't make sense to do it, but let's say if I was writing on top of this a gift to you from, so then the gift to you could be in a lighter color or something like that, just to kind of keep the theme. Could be this color's a little bit too light, so you can click on it and make it a little darker. Or another option is you can actually change the eyedropper to the eyedropper tool and grab the actual color of this orange. Push OK. So here it made the whole box color, which is a problem. But first I want to save this color. So I will go here to the plus sign, save the color. The color was just added. Now I'm going to change the box background to none. But at least I have the color. So I'm going to highlight the text. This is the new color. And I got that color. So that's a little bit about colors and centering this text. This logo, it's hard to know how it's centered. So one of the ways to do that is you can make a box over here, the length of the word calendar. Let's do a 13 angle on top. It's pretty accurate. It's okay. I'm going to make it a little smaller. And I'll probably make over here actually a 12 angle. I'll highlight the logo and center the two. That is not a good center, so that won't work for an angle, I guess. So you kind of have to eyeball this and see if it's centered. Now coming down to letters. So I want to open up the magazine. I want to open up the full and half pages, and a lot of the letters, when you copy the shliach's letter into a letter, a lot of times the text gets all mushed or all mishkabobbled or whatever it is. So here is what I would do to fix that. So actually here you see the line spacing is 11. Probably should be auto, so it has a little bit more space. Dear friend, this is indented, so I'm going to go to the paragraph. You see this is indented. Dear friend, I made not indented because it doesn't make sense to make it indented. And here they're hyphenated. A lot of people will like it. That's not hyphenated, so to make Control A and you click on hyphenate, so you take away the hyphenation. This letter is now too long, so instead I'm going to make the font size to be smaller to be able to fit. And you can also make it a little wider if you need to make it fit. Then you can make it a little bit bigger. It's probably good, but let's make it 10.5, and then you're good to go on that sense. Also important to make it that the text is not too squashed. You see this V and A over here, that's squashy text, which a lot of times is too squashed. There's no reason to make it squashed. Make it 0. Sometimes the text is also squashed a different way. It's like 90. So best to keep it on 100 if there's space, and that's that. Another thing about the picture here is sometimes the picture doesn't, you can't put picture over text because it blocks it. So you come over here. This is for text wrapping. You make it that the text should wrap around the box, and then you can hold Control and hit Control on your keyboard and hit this box, or Control Alt actually, hit this box, and it says text wrap. And then you can kind of play with this to make this bigger, depending on how far you want the text to be, or how close you want the text to be to the picture. You don't want to be touching because then it will be a little weird. You want a little bit. You can make a nice buffer over there. And that's basically that.